Well, teaching is a second career for me. I was in business for many years, and I started teaching because I got engaged in professional development course teaching and found that I liked the enthusiasm level of students when you saw the light bulb go on as they were learning. And so I decided to make it a career, went back to school, and I've been teaching for 25 years now at the university level. And what I most enjoy is the passion of the students when they finally see why we're doing what we're doing. And like I said, it's that light bulb moment. I think nothing compares to that if you're a teacher. His name's Iqbal Mian, and Iqbal was a student of mine years back, and he's now the sustainability director up at St. Elizabeth's Hospital, which was Affinity, and then it became Ministry Health, and now it's part of Ascension Health. And he's been on that journey for a good 5 years now, going through that process. And he was a student of mine, and he took my environmental management course, and he got very interested in the topics that we have. And then he was able to get an internship there, and he's continued on, and I continue to work with him now, actually. He's part of a group of chief sustainability officers that I have in the Valley, where we have the leaders of the sustainability programs in large companies around here that meets monthly. And so it's a great joy to me to see a former student that I had in the classroom when he was younger. Now he's come of age in the job, and he's done some amazing things up there. St. Elizabeth's is well known nationwide as a green hospital, and they've attacked environmental and social issues in healthcare left and right, and he's been a leader of that. And so yeah, when you see a former student excelling, you just sit there and you think, man, I can remember when he was sitting in the classroom, and now to see him here doing this, that's the greatest feeling in the world. My bachelor's degree is in zoology. I have a tremendous love of science, the outdoors, nature, and that stems from years of backpacking, mountain climbing, surfing, scuba diving, and I learned how precious the environment was. I also did graduate work in entomology, where I studied insects, and in particular did a thesis on spiders. And I never knew at the time, people think you're really weird when you're studying insects, but certainly now it's come around sixfold, those science degrees, because it's certainly influenced my thinking in the business world. I have an MBA and a PhD in business, and it's undoubtedly that science background and love of the outdoors that spurred me to develop the courses in environmental management, and now our master's in sustainability management and our minor in sustainability management. I wrote one of the seminal pieces early on. Actually, it was 20 years ago this year it got published. We looked at environmental decision making in supply chain decisions. And that paper, ironically, my co-author and I are going to be together here in a couple weeks, and we'll be using that as part of our seminar in Beijing, China, where we're doing environmental risk management in the supply chain for a number of companies and universities over there. And so the paper, that research, like I said, it's kind of a seminal article. It's as good today, and it has the same meaning that it did 20 years ago, which you can look at a number of ways. I suppose you could say, yeah, the co-authors must have been real geniuses. They saw the future. Or you'd say it actually is kind of sad that things have not progressed further in the business world, that we're still talking about those same exact decision issues today that we were 20 years ago. And so that's the challenge. The commitment of the faculty is as good or better than it has ever been, and we have top-notch faculty. Certainly I can speak for the business school, and we're accredited, and we're constantly trying to get better. We're evolving our courses and the topics that we do all the time. I'm also a member of the environmental studies faculty, and I work with environmental studies students. And it's the same thing with that faculty. I think it's passion and commitment from faculty and a commitment from the university to get better. Sure, we're in tough times now with the budget. Everybody acknowledges that, but despite that, people have not lost that passion and commitment to teaching excellence, and I think that's what we offer here. And it's a nice small campus, and people get to know you if you're around.